in order to understand the modern theosophical movement, we recommended that we study the years starting 1st century AD to 414. It is stated that those years should be studied by students of theosophy as well as those outside of it, and I would like to read it to you. It says here, the period of history that began with the 1st century BC and ended with the year 414 AD was an important one for the Western world. During those 500 years, certain causes were set in motion, the effects of which we are still feeling at the present day and will continue to feel for some time to come. This period of history should be carefully studied by everyone calling himself a Christian, for it contains not only the life record of Jesus, but also the story of a church that grew in that comparatively short space of time from a single individual to a powerful political organization. It is of equal importance to the Theosophists, for it witnessed the beginning, the growth, and the final destruction of one of the greatest theosophical schools in history, marked the death of the mysteries, and sealed the doom of the old religions, sciences, and philosophies for many centuries. So, why do you think that is, that it is important for us to study this period? First, unless we carry the continuity of the movement through the ages, its importance is kind of dwarfed because it is always there, it has been with us from the beginning, and it shall be for ages to come, because its message is necessary for our evolution and emancipation. In The Secret Doctrine 2, HPB has a statement in there that says, God did not create death, men did. That really caught my attention, because what is the message of these great prophets, teachers of humanity who come before us to show the way? What is it that they're telling us? So that's the background. Now, in all of the literature about Jesus' life, he is assumed to have lived 1st century AD. However, there is no historical evidence of his being present during this period. So, if we really want to get a reliable information about his life, we need to go to the Gemara, the Jewish Gemara, Sefer Toldos Yeshu, or Yeshu, however we pronounce that, because who was he? He came to the Jewish nation, he is assumed to be Jewish, and all of the disciples of Jesus were Jews. So, this student did a lot of research for this talk. Now, in the ISIS Unveiled, as footnotes, HPB has several sections mentioning Jesus Christ and as a personality and what his mission was and why he had come, and we will weave that into it. One thing that stands out about these personalities is that they express truth according to where they have come, to what nation and area they have come, and what age they're representing. In other words, what century they come in. Their teachings are geared for that, for the understanding of the population. However, if the teachings are universal and the message is the same, we as intelligent thinking people would understand that Jesus Christ also was expressing that truth. So it is not a unique expression. It is a style of expression. So, according to the theosophical writings, there is nothing unique in Christianity. If we study it with the other books of truth, which comes to different nations, for instance, the Vedas, the Upanishads, the Zoroastrian teachings, we find that the message is the same. It shows that the Bible is not a unique book, but one of the many scriptures. It shows that all through these ages that we have been progressing, truth could not just have had one expression, making Jesus Christ the Son of God. HPB refers to him as an initiate, and Mr. Judge refers to him as an adept. So, if this is the truth, then what exactly did he teach? Was he teaching anything different than what we are studying today? Or did he bring out the same old wisdom of the ages? Now, I put this here. Herodotus and Aeschylus refers to Christ and Christians 5 centuries BC. And HPV says that this was temple terminology, because at that time, Christ, Christos, and Christos. These were terms that the mysteries used, that is pagan terminology. It meant that Christos was a student of philosophy or someone who was trying to prepare himself to follow the wisdom religion. And those were the mysteries during that period. So he is a student, a preparer, and someone who is going to follow in the footsteps of the teachers. So they normally are disciples and they belong to the wisdom religion. And once the person had fully awakened the Christus principle in himself, he became Christos. And he became, from a student, he became a teacher. From following the guru, now he is the guru. I am the path and I am the way, says the teacher. After the student becomes the teacher, his teacher tells him, now you are the path and you are the teacher. So that terminology belonged to the pagan mysteries. When we look at the historical evidence, Phila Judaeus lived in Palestine during the period that Christ supposed to have lived. He never mentions Jesus Christ. Plutarch and Dion Cassius, 2nd century historians, never mention Christ. Suetonius wrote Life of the Caesars in 12 volumes, never mentions him. Emperor Claudius mentions a Christos, saying that this Jewish Christos was creating a lot of turmoil in Rome, but because Jesus was not in Rome, it could not have been the same one. So, this is the historical evidence. There is nothing except what the supposedly Jewish writers had written. So, if we go to the Gemara, there is this story about Jesus. And my papers are all at home, so I'm gonna try and find it from here. Let's see where it was. Here it is.